Okay, go ahead, guys.
Stevie Rento wasn't out there. Is he
Yeah,
gonna play
he's going to miss tonight.
upper lower?
Lower, yeah, day to day.
Is it Miles is going to go in for him?
Yeah.
You guys are playing against a team that's coming in really hot, not to mention just another top team in the West in general. I know you're constantly trying to ramp things up, but does a game like this force you guys to take it to another level?
Well, I think that's what you're hoping from your team every night, you know, to do to go above and beyond what's required, right? And you're playing a team that's 9-1 in their last 10, and you're looking at their video and their analytics, and this is the hottest team in the league for a reason right now. So I think it forces us to, you know, get out of our comfort zone here and compete and push to win the hockey game. We obviously want to win it, and two of the hottest teams going at it, very similar style, I think, and yeah, should be a really good hockey game.
Is Nate gonna play?
Yeah.
Whenever you guys traded for Ryan Lindgren, it was like him and Casey were like best friends, basically. Like, so just whenever you guys traded Casey away, did you talk to him about that at all? Just about, like, I mean, it was like a fun thing that they got to play together for a few days. But
Yeah.
also
No, I didn't talk with him about it. No.
Just what have you liked or?
Yeah, he's fit in nicely. I mean, and you know, his addition and that of EJ has become more important now with guys missing time again. Like Mance is missing time again. G just got back in the lineup, so I think like adding that depth. I mean, that's why you do it. So you can be as strong as you can when everyone's healthy and still have other options that can help you win hockey games, right? And he's a big part of that.
Talking to Charlie Coyle about his line and that he really wants to kind of fit into that role of bringing the energy and just playing to that identity. Do you feel that he has done that with that line? And
yeah, no question. That line's been phenomenal since his addition, and they play a hard style game. I think they're our most effective, like, down low offensive line when it comes to not just using the points to create offense, but you know, their down low attack, the way they bring it to the net, cycle it and bring it to the net or pass it to the net front. Like, they got some guys that like to crash the net on that line. They found really nice chemistry. They've been good on the defensive side of things. I touched on it the other day. They get a lot of D-zone starts because of his face-off ability and as a right-shot center. So they're starting on the wrong end of the ice all the time, but still finding a way to produce offensively and doing a nice job, you know, in our own end. So there's a lot of trust there that's building, and I mean, he's been a huge addition to our team. And since he's been added to that line, they've played real good hockey.
Lockwood going.
He is.
Scott Wedgwood's been getting a couple more starts than we kind of saw when he first got here too. Is there almost a rust factor that you're kind of trying to avoid and kind of getting him more?
Well, I just think it's scheduling. It's how his play has given me the confidence to be able to put him in anytime. I mean, you look at his last 4 or 5 starts; they've been exceptional. He's given us a chance to win, and the schedule this time of the year, the demands, trying to make sure everyone's rested but involved going down the stretch run is my main goal and objective.
EJ still day to day?
He is, yeah.
Brock seems like he's a lot more comfortable now than maybe you're supposed to first handful of games. I'm sure, you know, being traded, whirlwind, all that stuff. Just how are you seeing him settling?
Yeah, I think he's settling in nicely. I think it's like, I mean, him probably more so than some other guys. Like, that's his whole career has been there, you know. So there's like any change is going to be big change, right? And he's spending time away from his family, and they're coming out to visit. They're here now. So is Charlie's family are here, and so this will be a good road trip again to get him in and get everyone settled. But I think, you know, there's a significant amount of difference in the way we play and the way they play. I think there's, you know, all new teammates and just getting comfortable in your surroundings, I think makes a big difference in the way he's going to play and has played. And but certainly that homestand helped, the road trips have helped, and I think now you're kind of seeing a little bit more about what Brock Nelson's all about.
The last one? Good.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Playing with Lecky out there and Drew, just seems like that line is meshed really quickly. What is it from your perspective that's working so well?
Yeah, I think just trying to play, obviously with like Marty and Lucky. I think you mean, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Marty.
Sorry.
Marty's obviously brings his speed, a ton of skill, a ton of talent. Drives a lot of defenders back, creates space with edges, and his skill work. And then Lucky's a hardworking guy, pretty simple, easy to read off guy too, which is nice for me. And obviously he has elite skill as well, just not maybe not the flashy type. He's a lot of subtle, great at retrieving pucks, making little plays, he passes, and knows how to find the back of the net. So trying to support those guys a couple different ways, and just try to get open. We'll find our looks with the combo, I think.
You mentioned that about Lecky. Just how much easier does a player like that make it for everyone else out on the ice?
Yeah, I mean, even in the room, I've only been here for a few weeks, but just a calm demeanor, calm presence. But at the same time, just a lot of respect for him and how he goes about his business. He's going out there and works extremely hard. So I think he thinks the game extremely well at a high level, and has a little bit of all the tools to kind of make him a really effective player in kind of any situation.
And how are you feeling? You really feel like you're settling in a lot more, getting more consistent line mates, all that?
Yeah, I think so. I think each day that kind of passes, it feels a little more normal. So still trying to figure out maybe a few routines here and there, just kind of getting settled after just being so, kind of innate on the island for so long and things, and kind of settled. But yeah, I think it's been a good transition. Took me maybe a few days, but the last few days it definitely feels like home.
Did your kids enjoy their first game?
Kids love it. Yeah, kids they had a great time. They loved when Val scored the choo-choo. They're still talking about that. So yeah, they loved it. They had a great time. They got a puck. They thought it was a good atmosphere, and then they were fired up. We got a big win too. So it's fun to have them here, and they loved it.
Jared, after the last game, talked about energy maybe lacking a little bit to start things. Have you guys talked about that as a group, and how do you fix that in a late game?
Yeah, I mean, starts are always important. Good energy, I think it carries in from the pregame, from warm-ups, from just kind of the preparation, even this morning too. So yeah, it's always a main focus. We want to be the ones that get out, be the aggressors, got to dictate the pace and the play with the skill that we have, the speed that we have. So a little bit cleaner, and I think that's an easy fix for us.
Big Western Conference showdown ahead. Does that give you a kind of a taste, extra energy of what your playoffs will be like?
Yeah, I think so. There's obviously a couple powerhouses in the West, all kind of fighting for spots and different things, and potential playoff matchups. So we want to take care of business tonight. This might be something you see later on down the road, but just worry about one game at a time.
New line combination since the deadline. Jared was talking about your group in particular, just the way that you've been able to play off Charlie. Just from your perspective, what is working for you guys in that group?
Yeah, I think, just having Charlie come in, he's been pretty calming presence. I think we know what we're going to get with him, and we kind of just be in the right spots. And, he wins a ton of face-offs. And in the D-zone, he's just always kind of filling the middle there. So it's kind of easy, I think, for me and Kivy to kind of slash across. And, we're getting a lot of chances that way. And then I feel like in the O-zone, we're kind of doing a really good job of possessing the puck. I mean, he's a big body down there, and it's tough to get it from him. So, I think just it's kind of nice to just have consistent line mates here for a little bit and just kind of getting some chemistry going.
You went kind of through a stretch earlier this season where you weren't picking up a lot of assists, and it seems like every time you take the edge, you're picking up another apple there. Is there something that's changed for you, or is it just that line chemistry?
I think it's just playing with guys, a little more offensive. I mean, nothing against the other guys that I've played with, but these guys have a knack for scoring, and Kivy's had the hot hand lately. So again, I feel like just playing the right way. I don't think we've really changed anything. Again, I think we put in a lot of work extra after practice, and just doing some little things like that, and then I don't know, it's nice to get rewarded, but again, we really haven't changed anything. I think we were working hard back then, and we just weren't getting rewarded.
Nice having this guy back in the room.
Yeah, no, he's annoying, and he's like, I'm close to him and Miles too, so it's they're too much.
Jared, after the last game, talked about the energy being a little low coming out of the gate. How do you fix something like that, especially with an 8 o'clock start?
Yeah, maybe I get a little bit extra longer pregame nap, but yeah, again, that was on us. I think, like you said, we came out a little slow and took a little while to get going there. We let them kind of settle into it too much instead of taking it to them, knowing that they were on back-to-back. So, we got a hot team coming in here, so it's on us to kind of feed off the fans and, kind of get the momentum here in the first 5-10 minutes.
You mentioned a hot team coming in. It's a big Western Conference showdown. Does that give you, a little extra energy entering a game like that, maybe playoff feel?
Yeah, for sure. I think any of these games really coming down the stretch here have kind of had a playoff, feel atmosphere, and especially seeing, these guys are on a hot streak, and knowing that they're going to get in, and could potentially see them at some point. So obviously every 2 points matter at this time of year. So it's up to us just to kind of get our game in the right direction, kind of heading into these last 2 weeks or so.
Thanks so much, Ross.
Sweet. Thanks, guys.